So today we are going to talk about the advanced equipment or tools that you need as a baker to start up your bakery business. Now, if you are new in the bakery industry and you are wondering of what kind of tools should I buy or what kind of equipment should I buy? Should I buy this? Should I buy this? I'm going to list few that you need as a beginner, because sometimes it's not easy to fund your business. Like, you want to get everything immediately, it's not easy. So it is advisable that you get these few important equipment to start up your baking business. So let's dive into it. First thing that you need as a baker is an oven or a stove. If you cannot afford an oven as a beginner, you can actually get a stove and use that one. Then from there you can save up and get an oven. It works okay. You don't need to rent a shop when you're just starting a baking business. From the comfort of your home, from your room, from your sitting room, from your kitchen, you can actually start a baking business. Then gradually you can take it to the next level. Do not think that you need a shop to start a baking business. Baking business is actually a business that you can start up from your kitchen. Don't go and look for a shop because you want to start a baking business. That is not the criteria. So that's not an important thing to get while diving into the baking business. First thing that you need is an oven or get a stove. Oven is quite expensive. I will not want to go through that stress of saving up to get an oven. So you can actually work with a stove. With a stove, you can get a perfect cake. Yes, your cake can come out well. I started with a stove before I got an oven. So you too can get a stove. Then from there, you get an oven. But if you can afford an oven for a start, you are good to go. Another thing that you need as a baker is your mixing machine. It's not easy to start using your hand to mix your batter. You can actually get an affordable hand mixer. We have so many affordable hand mixers, so you can look for whichever one that you like and get it. Then which later on you can switch over to a stand mixer, or if you can afford a stand mixer now, it's still okay. The next thing you'll be needing as a beginner in the baking industry is your turntable. You actually need a turntable to work with. Yes, without a turntable you cannot work on your cake because you want your cake to look flawless and beautiful. If you're just joining my channel for the first time, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button, share and comment, and put on the notification bell so that whenever I post new videos on cake, because we teach everything about cake in this channel, you will get your notification. Also need measurement scale, measuring cup and spoon. Put these three together because they work hand in hand. Sometimes your recipe might demand you to use a scale to measure your ingredients, while sometimes your recipe might also demand you to use spoon and cup. So you need these three things to measure your ingredients accurately. As a beginner, you need to get it. It is very important because without a scale, you cannot measure your ingredients and you cannot bake a fluffy and yummy and moist cake. So you need to get these three measuring tools. The next thing you need as a baker is your trimming knife. Trimming knife helps you to shaping your cake, to give your cake that perfect shape before you can go ahead to cover it either with buttercream or fondant. You also need a pallet knife. The pallet knife helps you to spread butter around your cakes, on top of your cake and at the body of your cake. It helps you to spread it evenly just the way you want, and it's very easy to work with. Spatula. Yes, spatula is also important because this spatula helps you to scrape in or take in those batter that are hanging around your mixing bowl, and you can also use it to scoop out batter inside your baking pan. Now this brings us to our baking pan. You can use your pot. Yes, it is okay to use your pot, but I will advise that you get a cheaper baking pan so that you will not go through this stress of using your pot and maybe it's not coming out well or you don't like the way it's looking. So I started with a pot as my baking pan, so you too can also start with it if you cannot afford a pan. Scraper. Yes, we have different kind of scrapers. We have scrapers that has different design on the edges. Take out the excess buttercream from your cake, and it also helps you to get a fine finishing on the body of your cake so that it can look presentable to your clients. You need a rolling pin. Yes, it is very important to get a rolling pin because without a rolling pin you cannot spread out your fondant. Very important. So it's either you get the wooden rolling pin or you get the candle. Whichever one you can afford, it is still okay. Cake smoother. This is used to smooth your fondant, to give it very good finishing, and also to create sharp edges on your fondant cake. These are the things that I think is important to have as a beginner in the bakery industry. I hope this helped you, and I hope this information, this class was useful and educative to you. Thank you. Bye until I see you next time.